Fairuza Balk.
Yep, she was
in Island of Dr. Moreau as well.
Yeah, in the documentary, she talks about how she wanted to leave or whatever and stuff.
Goddamn Walmart Wiccans.
She's a wackadoll.
Walmart Wiccans.
I do get what you're saying, though. So now it just hit me. I get what you're saying. I get it.
It's like, do you guys have Wiccan calendars?
We are the bad people.
You call yourself a bookstore? Fuck this.
Hey, I need some fishnets and some clogs and a skirt.
I need a choker necklace.
And some black lipstick.
Sorry. That might be on my list of hated movies of all time.
I don't mind it. It's not the best or anything. Skeet Ulrich is in it, I think, too, just like in Scream. And I just like the name Skeet Ulrich. So
he's funny, too. He's a good, kind of a funny-ish actor.
Skeet.
Skeet, motherfucker.
All right. So this is my last round.
Okay.
I'm going to mention all these movies and I'll put them in order.
Okay.
As far as like my favorite ones.
Okay.
So Barton Fink came out this year, 1991.
Nice movie.
One of my top 5.
Good movie. Point Break.
It's a great movie, actually.
Patrick Swayze kicked ass. Everybody
Johnny
kicked ass.
Utah, bro.
Dude.
Fucking Johnny Utah.
Again, Point Break, the genesis for Fast and the Furious and every other movie like that.
Yes, exactly.
That movie is good, though.
It was a great movie. I enjoyed it.
Oscar came out this year. That was Sylvester Stallone trying his hand at comedy.
That was terrible.
I love that movie. I do. I really do. I watched it in the theaters, and I've watched it probably 100 times too.
He must have made that movie just for Brock.
I think so. So. Yeah. Thank you, Sylvester.
Big Daddy Brock getting the Oscar.
Stallone. The Neverending Story 2 came out.
Okay.
Dude, I like that one a lot.
Yeah.
Because
It's a good
there's
movie.
a lot of movies coming out in 91.
Yeah.
It's a weird one. It's got Jonathan Brandis in it.
Yeah. The Doors came out this year.
Beautiful.
The Doors was such a fucking crazy movie. It was
Another Oliver
one hell of a
Stone.
ride.
Yep.
Yeah, that was his first movie this year. You know what came after that one too?
But wait, there's
JFK.
Oh, they came out the same year?
Into the left.
Yeah,
Back
JFK.
into the
I
left.
remember my friends wanted to go watch a movie at the mall, so we went there, and I was like, "Let's watch JFK." And about maybe 45 minutes into the movie, they left. And I stuck around and watched the full 3.5 hour movie by myself. They even left and they even came back and were like, is this movie fucking still on? And I'm like, this is awesome.
Dude.
Fucking love that
John
movie.
Candy in that?
John Candy's in it. Fucking,
So, quite a few people.
No, I know, but he's
Kevin
like
Bacon.
the Florida guy, right? He's like the big
He's a
guy.
lawyer, yeah.
Yeah, he's like a lawyer with his shirt on.
He's all, hey, man. Yeah, he's like jive talking and shit. Good movie. Hudson Hawk.
Much derided Hudson Hawk, which I love because I've seen this movie like 30 times.
Yes, yeah. Naked Lunch.
Another great movie.
Naked Lunch was such a fucking weird movie.
That movie has
strange ass movie.
It has scary parts. It has parts that actually
the
scare me.
mugwumps and shit like that.
Well, mostly when the guy's like doing the other guy and he's like pulling him apart in the cage at the end.
Fucking weird movie. But the book is weird because I've read the book.
Yeah,
Right,
absolutely.
it's weird.
And then we got, of course, Silence of the Lambs.
Nice.
And now these two that I'm really going to kind of put out there, and I'll go ahead and go through my list because Terminator 2 was such a seminal movie for me too, and I said it right this time. Because my God, what a fucking movie that was.
Absolutely.
To really change everything and be a number 2 that was worthy of being a second part to any kind of movie.
Yeah, I would say,
he
it
did Aliens.
surpassed even,
Oh my God,
like the original. Like, not to me, like, I'm not saying that, but
yeah,
in the
Terminator 2 is out of all of them.
In the zeitgeist, it sticks around more because of the innovative action sequences, the visual effects for the time.
Absolutely.
Sarah Connor is a badass female, just like he did with Ripley in Aliens.
Absolutely.
I mean, and that's another one, again, where you might not want to say Aliens is better than Alien, but dude,
they're completely different ball
Terminator
games.
2.
Yeah, Terminator 2 killed it. He fucking did a great job in that movie. I remember my buddy's dad had a satellite dish, one of the big ones. That could pick up Pluto and fucking Japanese channels and shit.
In the yard.
Korean,
in the yard. Yeah,
and it was in his backyard and stuff. And
getting the Korean Parliament.
Yeah, you could actually watch fucking sumo wrestling if you wanted to.
Absolutely.
And his dad recorded a copy.
It's on channel 9432.
It was awesome to come home with a copy of Terminator 2 before everybody else had it. I mean, I watched it over and over again. I love that movie.
Yeah, it was good.
And it's one of those
and
movies.
a good soundtrack for the time.
Yeah,
really.
yeah. 'cause you could be mine.
And the ending's great when he goes into the lava, man. That's cool.
Yeah. No.
You know
The
what
whole
I'm saying?
movie
That's
was fucking
dramatic.
bitching.
I'm cool with this.
And if you're 12, 13 years old at that time too, this movie is going to knock your socks
Absolutely.
Because you got Edward Furlong as your proxy.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You
absolutely.
get to be riding around on a dirt bike. And
Yeah,
shit.
come on. I mean, it was a shit. And playing video games and stealing money from the ATM.
Yo.
It was awesome. Okay, so now I'm
Fucking
gonna
John
list. I only really have 6 out of this, and I'm gonna list in my best movies, and it'll get to my number 1.
Okay.
But number 6, of course, Shakes the Clown. I love this movie out of 1991. It's one of my favorites. Number 5 would be Harley Davidson and the Marlboro Man. Number 4 would be The Doors. Number 3 would be JFK. Number 2, Hudson Hawk. Number 1.
Number 2, Hudson Hawk. I love it,
I know.
dude.
Number 1 out of this whole year. This is the movie that changed my life forever. Cape Fear.
Cape
the
Fear.
redo. It literally, like, I remember watching that movie in the Dollar Theater. We went on a school night to go see that shit. And it was 9 o'clock by the time we got home, so it was past my fucking bedtime and shit. And here I am drawing on my notebook fucking Cape Fear and shit. That's where I found my love for just like that stuff. And then I noticed even at that time too of how awesome that the filming could be, the story could be, the colors could be, everything could be. And I have to say that Cape Fear really did 100% influenced me on everything else that I've ever done in my life, just because it's such a fucking great movie. And Robert De Niro was awesome. Nick Nolte was fucking awesome. Juliette Lewis was fucking awesome.
Yep.
Everybody in that fucking movie was firing on all cylinders, and it was fucking Scorsese doing a remake of a movie, which is fucking, to me, a crazy movie. And I just watched the original Cape Fear the other day, and to watch how good that one was. But this one, I think, is, as far as a remake goes, surpasses. I really do. It's such a... Robert Mitchum was in it, and fucking... 2 of the original guys were in it. I mean, Atticus Finch. Gregory Peck. Yeah, there's so many fucking great people in this movie, and was...
It's very well made.
I can remember laying on my floor watching TV being like, ooh, Cape Fear is awesome. Cape Fear, Cape Fear, Cape Fear. Yeah, I loved it, dude.
That was right before you got into therapy.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. That was before I took drugs.
I didn't know it was a Scorsese either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Marty Scorsese. It's just a great movie. That's my number 1, 1991, and that's the reason why I picked 91. I'm pretty sure, because I looked at 99, but this one right here was just the shit.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great year.
Yeah, I really think 91 was good.
Yeah.
But you guys do have a little bit better years.
You pulled a lot out that I really liked.
Yeah.
Just from I don't know why.
Yeah. But what about mobsters?
What about Bob?
What about Bob was actually in 1991 too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
It's crazy. All
Bill
right.
Murray, gotta love that.
All right, so for 1994, I'm going to follow up kind of in a similar fashion that you did. I'm just going to do my top 9 real quick, kind of in a row. So some of them will be ones I've mentioned already. Some of them I have not. And we just didn't have time to necessarily dig into each one.
Right.
So number 9,
4 hours.
Stargate.
That's a great movie too. Great movie
I
too.
love that one.
Number 8, Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
Yay.
Number 7, Legends of the Fall. I absolutely love that movie.
Yep.
Number 6, The Professional.
Fucking great
Yeah,
movie.
man, so good. Gary
Leone.
Oldman. He's like,
Number 5, Natural Born Killers.
Yep.
well, I'm surprised that's not higher on your. Wait.
Yeah, there's other things. So number 4, Clerks.
Yeah, you didn't talk
I haven't
about
even
that
talked
one.
about that.
That is my favorite Kevin Smith movie.
It's a great movie.
Great.
Number 3, Pulp Fiction, which I did not mention. Mm-hmm. But I thought people might know that was a movie that came out in 94.
I think we all know.
Yeah. Number 2, The Crow.
Yeah.
And number 1, The Shawshank Redemption.
Oh yeah, dude, I forgot about that Stephen King.
1994, Mic Drop.
Oh, you know what I did forget one movie, The Fisher King.
Oh, that was a good movie.
Yep, I forgot that movie in 91.
Sad though, yeah. Another Terry Gilliam.
Gilliam.
Terry Gilliam, yeah.
You know, you got a good list in when he was already gone. He's like, oh, wait, don't forget about this one. Add it.
Yeah. So I had 7, Fisher
Wait.
King.
Wait, when did 12 Monkeys come out?
97?
I thought it was 94.
It wasn't 94.
No, it was 95. Sorry, 95. 95.
Okay.
So that's my
Tyson's
my
wrapping it up here.
All right, so 1996. I guess I kind of went over everything. I just want to throw it out, like, things like Striptease came out, The Nutty Professor. The people. You ever seen the People versus Larry Flint?
That's a great movie.
That's a good one.
That is a great movie.
It's a good one.
I would have had that. I would have spoke more about that just because that's a great movie.
Yeah, it's a really good one.
It's a good story too.
Yeah, Woody Harrelson did a good job.
The Nutty Professor.
I'm the clump.
That was actually an issue of Hustler. The Nutty Professor.
Oh. We're like the Slutty Professor.
Yeah.
No,
wait,
Nutty still works.
It was dark outside.
Well, Hustler could show that kind of stuff.
That's right.
It's one of those letters to the editor.
I
You'll
think that's
never believe what happened the other night.
I think that's a Milos Forman film, who also did One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest and Man on the Moon with Jim Carrey, which I really like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man on the moon.
The big movie this year, obviously 1996 at the Oscars, was The English Patient.
Right.
If you've ever watched it,
You're bored.
it's really fucking boring and it's really fucking long.
Snooze fest.
I didn't really expound on the 4 Weddings and a Funeral, which was a big one for my year, because it's boring.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I know. I'm just saying, it's a very well made movie. It's
Or The Lion King.
what's his name?
Didn't mention that one.
Fudge. The filmmaker also made Cold Mountain. Do you ever see that movie?
I don't think I have. I think I've seen that it was a movie.
Yeah.
It's got Jack White in it, doesn't it?
Yes, it does, and he has a son.
Renee Zellweger.
Well, that's
She won an
probably-
Oscar, I believe, for that.
Perhaps if they would have had Joey Lawrence Adams or whatever. her name
Joey
is.
Lauren Adams.
Yeah. Maybe if they would have
Anyway,
had her,
I'm-
I would have watched it.
Forgive me, I'm forgetting his name, but anyway, the English Patient was a big movie that year. Blah 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 blah. It's kind of boring. It's an epic. It looks good. If we're talking about my favorite movies this year, it's going to be. I'm just going to jump right into it. I really like James and the Giant Peach when I was younger because it's stop motion. It's kind of weird.
It's a great movie.
It's a great movie. I used to think it was really good. The Cable Guy, we already talked about that. You know what I'm saying? The main one that I want to talk about is, and also I like Romeo and Juliet. We talked about that on our soundtrack one, and Ghost in the Darkness.
Yeah.
With Val Kilmer.
That was a great movie as well.
Yeah, it's really kind of dark. Not dark, but it's
kind of.
It's based on a true story type of deal, but they twisted it. But the best movie that came out this year. So my favorites are going to be James and the Giant Peach, and then I'm going to go with The Cable Guy, and then sorry, forgive me. It's Train Spotting.
Oh yeah, Train Spotting, great movie.
I used to watch that all the time with the baby freaking you out and all the choose life.
I watched that movie for the first time on a bus with a bunch of college kids going to a
rave
Blues Blackhawks game.
Blackhawks.
Yeah.
Blackhawks. That'd be cool. I remember them. They're Chicago. I used to.
Yeah. So St. Louis. Well, that was the big rivalry because I lived between Chicago and St. Louis.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And then the other one I want to mention is the best movie of the year, Fargo.
Yeah. Great movie.
Yeah. Coen Brothers rule. I think Dwight. I think Brock might kind of have it out on me because he's got Barton Fink in it, because that's one of my favorite ones. But Fargo was. Popular for a number of reasons. People still talk about it. They have the wood chipper in like a museum in Fargo, even though that was where you put Steve Buscemi's body.
Right.
I think it's just so funny. He's like, "You fucking shot me." And
It
Fargo's a good movie,
it was a
man.
great movie.
so good. And for the longest time, I didn't know it took place in 1987.
Yeah.
I just thought it, was whatever, because that's what it looked like back home. That's everything still looked like it was 1987.
In Brainerd.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And I think the Coen Brothers rule.
So real quick, I'll just throw in. I did not mention the Coen brother movie from the Hudsucker Proxy, with Tim Robbins, who made
for kids.
He was in 7,000 movies because he was also in IQ.
for kids.
It's for kids.
It's for kids.
That one is.
It's a crazy movie.
It's a crazy movie, but it's not like one of my top.
No, but I just thought I'd throw it in.
No,
'cause
yeah,
I didn't mention it as
great.
a Coen
Yeah,
brother
we all have a Coen Brothers movie in here, so it's kind of hard.
Yeah, with these years right here, I think the biggest, I guess, unifier was we do have a lot of the same people in these 5 years.
Yeah, for sure.
That really started kind of jumping, and kicking off. And the biggest movie of my year was one of the last big movies for Arnold Schwarzenegger, besides True Lies.
Yeah.
I mean, before he
Yeah,
kind
then
of
he hands it off to.
before he kind of like took that little downward spiral there.
Yeah, and then we get to Veronica, whatever her name in Eraser.
Corningstone.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Veronica Corningstone.
Veronica
Tyson,
Fox.
did you mention? Did you skim over Titanic?
No, well, that was 97.